Just landed at the Istanbul Airport and wondering how to get to the city center? In this video, I will walk through all the different options from the most convenient to the cheapest, so you can choose what works best for you. Before we get into transport options, let's quickly talk about Istanbul Airport. It's the newest and the largest airport in Istanbul and also one of the biggest airports in the world. The airport is located about 40 kilometers from the city center. By car, it usually takes around 35 minutes to get into the city, but it really depends on traffic, which can be quite heavy in Istanbul. Let's start with a quick overview of all the ways you can get from the airport into Istanbul. First one is taxi. The most convenient option is taking taxi. You will find them right outside the terminal and they will take you directly to your destination. At Istanbul Airport, there are actually three types of taxis: orange, blue and black. The orange one are the cheapest, while the blue and black taxis are more premium and more expensive. These airport taxis have fixed prices that are valid 24/7, so you don't have to worry about traffic affecting the fare. For example, a ride from airport to Beşiktaş area, where Gayrettepe metro station is located, costs around 2,100 Turkish lira, which actually makes it the cheapest option compared to the apps I checked. Speaking of that, I also looked at few popular ride apps for the same route. Uber was showing around 2,300 to 3,000 lira. BiTaksi was slightly cheaper, usually between 2,200 and 2,700 lira. And Yandex didn't work at all. It said that this location is not supported from the airport. So overall, the official airport taxis, especially the orange ones, seem to be the cheapest taxi option right now. If you want more details on where to find them and how to use them, I have added a link in the video description. Another option is booking private airport transfer. This is a really convenient choice. Your driver will wait for you at the arrival hall, help you with luggage and take you directly to your hotel. The biggest advantage is that the price is fixed, so there is no surprises and no need to deal with traffic or meters. When I was checking prices, I found quite a big range from around 35 euros up to about 58 euros on platforms like Get Your Guide, so prices can vary quite a bit, and if you spend more time searching, you might even find a cheaper deal. That means private transfer can actually be cheaper than taxis in some cases. However, one big downside compared to taxis is that you usually need to book it in advance, so it's not flexible if you just want to decide on the spot. But overall, it's a great option if you are looking for a comfortable and stress-free arrival. Now let's take a look at public transportation, which is usually the cheapest way to get into the city. At Istanbul Airport, you basically have two main options: buses or the metro. Now we'll focus on buses. Let's start with the airport buses, also known as Havaist. Havaist currently operates around 12 different routes from Istanbul Airport, connecting it with various parts of the city. The prices usually range from around 170 Turkish lira up to 480 Turkish lira, depending on your destination. So compared to other public transport option, it's actually not that cheap. Personally, I don't really see a strong reason to use it, especially when there are cheaper alternatives available. But it can be still a good option if you are heading directly to one of the main stops and want a simple, no transfer journey. If you want to check the routes and timetables, I've added a link in the video description. Next one are IETT buses. They are operated by the Istanbul Metropolitan Municipality and connect the airport with several key districts across both the European and Asian side. The main lines departing from the Istanbul Airport include routes such as H2, H3, H6 and H8. They are still regular public transport, so expect stops along the way and potentially longer travel times compared to airport shuttles or taxis. Tickets are paid using the Istanbulkart, which is the city universal transport card. You can buy it and top it at the machines inside the airport. You can also find a separate video on my channel that shows exactly how to buy and top up the Istanbulkart step by step. The best and cheapest option possible is definitely metro. The airport is now connected to the city via the M11 metro line, which links Istanbul Airport directly with the main metro network. This is currently one of the fastest and most modern public transport options available. The M11 lines takes you from the airport to Keytane station, where you can transfer to other metro lines and continue towards central areas like Taksim, Levent or beyond. The line has 10 stops in total, and the journey from the airport to Keltaine station takes around 44 minutes. Trains run very frequently, approximately every 20 minutes. The metro operates from 6 in the morning until midnight, making it a reliable option for most arrivals during the day and evening. The ticket price depends on the distance traveled and the number of stations, but it can cost up to 53.23 Turkish lira, depending on your final destination. Just like with the buses, you will need an Istanbulkart to use the metro system. The metro is often the best place between price, speed and reliability, especially compared to the road transport, which can be heavily affected by traffic in Istanbul. If you are interested in more details about the metro system, how to actually get it from the airport and step-by-step guidance, make sure to check out my other video, which is fully dedicated to the Istanbul metro. Let's make final summary. So to quickly sum it up all, getting from Istanbul Airport to the city gives you several options depending on your budget and comfort level. Taxi to airlines like Beşiktaş cost around 2,100 lira, while the apps like Uber or BiTaksi are usually even more expensive. Private taxis are similar in price, typically around 35 to 58 euros, but they offer a more comfortable, pre-booked experience. If you are looking for something more balanced, Havaist airport passes are a solid middle option. The ticket prices range from about 170 to 480 Turkish liras, depending on your destination. IETT buses, they are slower and less direct, so they are not always the most convenient choice. And finally, the best overall option in terms of price efficiency is the metro. The M11 line costs up to 53.23 Turkish lira, takes around 44 minutes, and runs every 20 minutes between approximately 6 a.m. and midnight. So overall, Istanbul gives you everything, from budget-friendly public transport to comfortable door-to-door transfer. It just depends on what kind of traveler you are. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope it helped you to figure out the best way to get from Istanbul Airport to the city. If you enjoyed the video or found it useful, don't forget to leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps a lot and supports more travel content like this. Bye!